here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Plummer.
Wow, you guys, you want to talk about quick growth, and I don't like. It's amazing because just before the draft, and we had our draft show and everything else, and before I joined the Huddle Sports Network and everything else, uh, we just hit 250 subscribers back then. We are now sitting at 493 tonight in the slowest news off season I've seen in NFL history. If it wasn't somebody getting arrested, trade rumors, or holdouts, there was really not shit to talk about, was there?
No.
There still isn't really. I mean, to me, this is still the dead zone.
Well,
For the most
all I know is the top stories right now is the Aiyuk trade is heating up. They're close, but no deal is done, and Ralph will back that up as well. They just do not have the draft capital that the 49ers expect, but the Steelers don't want to give that much up either. That's what it's all holding up. It's just getting it down to the brass tacks. If I read into that correctly. Ken, what do you think about that trade? I think it is going to get done, but I think it may take a couple of days.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if you end up seeing a team like New England that's already been linked to them for them to slip in at the last minute and offer that first round pick that they're looking for. But
they already backed out of it.
Well, supposedly the Steelers had backed out before and they had got back in. So
thank you, Trace, for joining us. I just wanted to say thank you. She said, "Hey, Jeremy." But real quick, before we get too in depth, we got Ken Catalone of the Packers here. We got Bistrilla de Thrilla, Lions fan extraordinaire here. Will Vogel, Panthers homer and Lions guy. I had to throw that in there, Will.
Yep.
We got Mike Johnson, one of the best Vikings fans I know. Ralph Williams of the Steelers Nation, and RW Media, of course, on YouTube. And, of course, Detroit Dom of Sideline Sports in here as the camouflage assassin. Yeah, Mosley broke again. You know what? We still didn't hear if that happened on a play or if it happened in one of the scrums. And if it happened in one of the scrums, you know what? I'm happy it was Mosley instead of somebody else.
Right.
As much as anybody I don't want anybody getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't his knees. It wasn't an ankle. It wasn't a lower. It wasn't a lower extremity type of thing, and I don't want to dwell upon it because I talk Lions 5 times a week in the morning and 3 times a week at night. Mosley is a glass bitch from Dan Leonard.
He is. Well, all I'm saying about Mosley is this: I will pay the $50 for the test. I will swab the cheek of both Mosley and Jason Verrett, and if they come back related, someone owes me money.
Well, kind of like I would for Kyle Pitts and Julio Jones.
And
right between the 20s, but both of them sucked in the red zone.
And Tyreek Hill and Phillip Rivers.
Pitts is just criminally underused.
Phillip Rivers did it with one woman, Tyreek Hill. He's closer to Ron Mexico. So
Tyreek Hill has 14 babies with 12 different baby mamas. I mean,
How are we gonna say he
good
trying to do his
God.
best Wilt Chamberlain impression?
I would
Tyreek
hate.
Hill,
I would hate.
that's your
without the
number one
rubbers.
overall player,
Yeah,
according
I
to
would hate to see.
the
I would hate to
association.
see. I would hate to see what that dude's child support payment is a month.
Oh my God! Oh,
Here, wait. If it goes into arrearages, I do know this for a fact. Because this is the same in every state. It's up to
Ding.
20% for the first kid, up to 35% of your income for the second kid, up to 40% for the third, and it maxes out at 48% unless you're in arrearages. Then it can be up to 60% of your salary.
Oh, geez.
But hold on, here's the thing. Just because it's been all over the internet does not make it true. You know how many kids Josh Jacobs actually has?
5.
No, like 2. 2 or 3, maybe.
He has 2, and there's 3 paternity suits pending.
Maybe that's what it is. Have we learned
Yeah.
nothing from Antonio Cromartie, Travis Henry?
Ron
What's the
Mexico.
NBA guy's name? Played for Seattle. What the hell is his name? The NBA guy. What the hell is his name?
Sean Kemp?
Sean Kemp.
Yeah, Sean Kemp. Another one.
That's
remember
why I'm so.
remember
That's why
Cleveland
I am.
Cavaliers Sean Kemp that looked like he ate Seattle Sean Kemp?
And now, Jeremy, you're going by Michigan state law. You're not going by any. You got to remember something. Michigan.
That's Florida state law too. It kind of matches up.
Michigan's the worst. Well, he just like he doesn't have any of those suits up here because Michigan's the worst child support in the whole country.
All right. So
New York and California might have something a little higher than that.
Right. But at the same time, Ken, I want you to go ahead and finish your thought about that trade.
Oh yeah. If the Steelers are able to get it done, that I think that's going to be a hell of a thing to boost that offense. And with the way Justin Fields has been looking, we all know how much he loves that deep ball, and Aiyuk's got the wheels to be able to do it.
Right. Can you imagine? You got George Pickens, who has the wheels and the contested catch ability with the route running and the speed of Aiyuk matched on the opposite side. That's gonna be pretty deadly with Fields because their O line's like what 8 to 10 times better than Chicago.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
Jeremy, can I go next?
You want to go next?
Please.
Okay, Dom.
Okay. First of all, maybe Pittsburgh should think about solidifying their quarterback position first. And it's funny because this guy's talking about Justin Fields. So that's where you think it is? You're already just tossing Russell Wilson by the wayside immediately or just after week 3?
Yes.
That's point 1.
They've said that.
Point 2, why do you want to immediately have to overpay for Brandon Aiyuk / when has getting even a top 5 receiver, when does that put a team over the top ever? Let alone Pittsburgh's not a contender. They're not. And Brandon Aiyuk doesn't make you a contender.
Yeah, I disagree with you on that one. But
I
disagree.
their defense.
They had a solid running back room. Justin Fields so far in the practices that we've seen, since the pads have came on too, against the first string defense, because Russell Wilson has been on the bench ever since he hurt his calf. He's been looking damn good. That's not just a fluke. All
Well,
right,
No.
Here's what you have here. You have 3 quarterback coaches now coaching for the Steelers. Arthur Smith was once a quarterbacks coach when he's the offensive coordinator. You also have Mike Sullivan, who coached Eli Manning at the Giants, and he's been with our organization now for a little while. He's a good coach. And then we just brought a guy in from the Jets or somewhere, and this guy is supposedly a good quarterbacks coach. So, I'm not sure if it's the Jets or where they brought him in from, but we have, so Justin Fields is being coached properly here. You got Russell Wilson there with him in his ear a little bit, even though he's not playing. So Justin Fields is looking good at training camp, and he's starting on Friday. Mediocre Mike has said that he will start Friday.
We got the Giants homer, Von Doom, in the house.
Good morning, JB.
I'm
Good
telling you,
evening.
make
How
that
are you?
trade.
What's up, Von Doom?
This will be
Wait,
Mike
I
Tomlin's
hear him.
undoing.
Where is he?
He's
He's
off
back
camera,
here.
but he's here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Ralph made me have to hop on here. He mentioned Arthur Smith and coaching. Anything involved with that, I just had to say, are you out of your cotton picking mind?
Well,
Hi,
Arthur
Von
Smith
Doom.
was not a good head
Miss you,
coach in
buddy.
Atlanta. Some guys can't bake a cake, and some people can't. Arthur Smith is a very good offensive coordinator. Look what he did in Tennessee all the years he was there.
Look
Okay,
at Derrick Henry.
Tennessee had a competitive offense,
Before Derrick
and he
Henry.
had the tools to
He
work
was
with,
before
and he has
Derrick
the
Henry.
tools to work with now.
Oh, before Henry? So what was that, Eddie George?
And that's when he had
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yes, and he molded that offense into what it was. And they had a power running game and ran the football like crazy.
By calling a run play 80% of the time.
Actually, Atlanta last year ran a 50.4 to 49.6 run to pass ratio. So no, don't.
Oh, no, I was talking about Tennessee.
Good job, Mike.
Anyways,
Yes.
Orlando,
I'm
you're
just
good,
saying.
man.
yeah, I know that's funny. But
Yes,
B,
well done, Atlanta, rushing for almost 2,000 yards with 3 other backs and then wasting a first-round pick on Bijan Robinson.
Well, that's why he said some people can't be head coaches.
No, some people like Dennis Allen down in the Saints. He was horrible with the Raiders, and he's horrible with the Saints. He's not a good head coach. He's a good coordinator. There's a lot of guys that like that
most
in this league.
coordinators, more of them fail as head coaches than succeed.
Yes,
if
yes,
you
they do.
actually look, most of your successful new head coaches were assistant head coaches or assistant offensive coordinators, or they did some type of coordinating with the offense
Or special
defense
teams.
team when they move or special teams. Because Mike
Hey.
Tomlin,
Yes.
before he became a defensive backs coach, he was a special teams coordinator.
I don't
Yes.
trust head coaches that were special teams coordinators. I had Joe Judge as a coach. Trust me, I know these things.
Joe Judge don't count. He came out of the
That's
Belichick.
giant stuff. That's giant stuff. Okay.
He,
We got a
you know?
special teams coach here that's could be an offensive coordinator.
Who?
Davis.
Nah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
nah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, B, what do you think about this stuff leading up with the Aiyuk trade?
Well, 3 hours ago, Michael Zagaris from Getty Sports, he said that the reason why there was a problem with the trade in the first place because San Francisco's looking for a receiver in return as well. So they want to kind of swap. And, I've been going back. I got a couple of Pittsburgh Steeler buddies, and they were talking about, well, they're not going to give up George Pickens.
George Pickens.
George Pickens and
Carl Pickens was that guy.
The draft pick that they got, Roman Wilson.
Yeah. Wilson's down right now.
Really, you guys don't really have. I mean, maybe Calvin Austin might be good, but you guys really don't have a
But
plethora
at that
of
point, you're
receivers to
cutting
be
your
given.
nose to spite your face.
Hey guys, CBS just posted the trade requirement for Pittsburgh to Aiyuk is 2 number 1 draft picks.
Well, that Pittsburgh ain't
Not
doing
happening.
that.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
No,
already
that's
said they
on-
didn't want to do it for 1 pick.
Yeah, that's
So-
on CBS.
so now you got
CBS
Aiyuk.
Sports.
You got Aiyuk who thinks he's worth more money than he is, and then his team thinks he's worth more draft capital than he is.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what happened last year, the last time, or 2 years ago with Debo. They did the same thing with Debo. They were asking for way too much. Nobody wanted to pay it. And eventually, Debo tucked his tail between his legs and went back and said, okay, what's the deal?
They
That's
still
how
overpaid him.
Aiyuk.
How is Aiyuk and the 49ers trying to say they need 2 firsts from him? I mean, from Pittsburgh, when the deal that was in place with the Patriots that Aiyuk's agent said he didn't want to go out there was a first in Kendrick Bourne, who's nowhere near.
First of all, you don't understand the situation. San Francisco said they were not going to trade him. So they are making it virtually impossible for anybody to trade for him, giving up for 2 number 1 picks.
Exactly.
Whatever they can nix in the trade, they can change this trade up any way they want to trade it.
Who was the last wideout that netted multiple firsts in a trade? Devontae Adams?
Roy
Devontae
Wilson.
Adams.
Randy Moss didn't even do
Yeah.
that when he
No,
got
Randy
traded.
Moss was like
No.
a fourth
Fourth.
round pick the first time, and then a
Yep.
seventh the second
No.
time.
Jeremy, didn't Devontae Adams get Green Bay?
It was a
No,
Lynch,
he's-
Lynch and Shanahan are out of control with this trade. Out of
Yeah.
control.
But anyways, they're doing exactly
trying to
what
trade
they did with Debo. They're pricing the market so high, no one will trade for him. And the reason why Aiyuk didn't want to go to New England, but San Francisco was willing to do that trade, is because that trade is probably going to be a top 5 pick, even with Aiyuk.
And it's New England.
Yeah, it is New England. It is New England without Belichick.
They're being petty. San Francisco's being petty. First,
Yes,
they don't.
absolutely.
They trade them to Pittsburgh. They know that's a team that can go far. New England is not going to go far. Who knows what the hell's happening in Cleveland? That hasn't been established yet. And then the Commanders are the Commanders, so we don't know where the Commanders stand at. So they're just doing different trade packages for different teams so that they nix the trade because they're asking for too much, and that's how they're not going to trade them away. They're just being petty with it.
True.
So, you know what's funny?
Adams
You
got
might
a
get a
1 and
desperate team sooner or later that's going to come up with a deal to get Aiyuk. Somebody
Sounds like
that's
the
really
Browns- sounds
desperate
like the Browns.
and stupid will take that deal. And it's not going to be the Steelers.
Yeah, that's why I've been kind of throwing.
But it'll be a
New
team
England
he
out
ain't
there.
gonna want to go to. That's the other thing. It's his decision where he wants to go based on the teams that they trade.
A team that's a possible contender that did not have their starter for 13 weeks last year. Cleveland, because they are willing.
Yeah, I was going to say the Browns love making terrible trades.
Would that be a terrible trade for them, though, to pair him with Amari Cooper, David Njoku, that running
You would
back
have to
room,
give
that
them.
offensive
You would have to
line?
give them Cooper. You would have
They
to give
want
them Cooper.
and a first from Cleveland is what I'm saying.
That's how they're nixing the trades.
Right.
They're doing things that these teams are not going to give up on, even as Cleveland, as bad as they are as far as the front office is concerned. They're still not going to do that. They're making common sense judgments now because of the damn Deshaun Watson trade.
I was just gonna say, man, they ain't made very much common sense trades here of late.
The
So
49ers
Cleveland
couldn't even
loves
take
making
on
terrible
Cooper's
trades.
contract.
Whoa. Let me hear Von
The
Doom.
49ers couldn't take that trade with Cleveland if they want Cooper because they can't take the guaranteed money in his contract this year. They'd be way over the cap.
Right.
Way,
so
way,
they would have to give them probably their young wide receiver that they drafted last year that they like, which is why they moved them from DPJ.
You're acting like this is a negotiation. It is not. It's whatever San Francisco says what they want in the trade.
Yes.
If they don't.
San Francisco controls this. They have the cards in their deck in their hand, and they have the right hand right now.
You're
So
all looking at it the wrong way, thinking San Francisco has the power in it. Brandon Aiyuk has already shown he's petty, and he will just come and sit there, and they'll pay him to do absolutely nothing.
He'll just sit. That's how petty San Francisco is. You want to sit? Go ahead. You can
John
sit.
Lynch isn't stupid, though. He'll trade him for something. He'll get some kind of value out of it.
Yeah, he ain't going to trade him if it's not for what
You know
he
what?
wants.
When it comes down to making those game checks, and he makes $15 million a year, divide that by 18. That's how much he makes per game. He ain't sitting out for that kind of money per game.
Exactly.
All he has to do is say, "Ow, my vagina hurts."
Well, let his vagina hurt.
Hey, turf
He
toes
ain't
a
going to get
motherfucker.
traded. San Francisco's obviously showing you enough cards that
a team
they
doctor
ain't going to trade him.
Proven by.
What's that?
That his vagina hurts.
In order to hit the IR or the inactive list, Watson didn't sit. They sat him because he was under investigation. There's a big difference
right?
there.
Yes.
I don't understand why these GMs don't start playing hardball.
That's kind of what San Francisco's doing. Is what I'm saying.
I'd be like, look, motherfucker, you can either take what we're offering you, which is fair. Like, sorry, dude, you're not a top 5 wideout. You're not.
His numbers were.
For 1 year.
How many players get paid off in 1 year, though?
They already
Every
overpaid
single
a wide
one of them.
receiver. They already overpaid a wide receiver. They're not doing it again.
No,
So
no, no. They
either
paid a running. They overpaid a running back
Jordan
that wants to
Love.
play wide receiver.
That guy did it.
Yep.
one
Love.
thing I will say though,
Yep.
this is his second contract, so it's the money one. So I don't blame him for trying to get paid.
Right. But does he deserve Justin Jefferson, Amon Ra money?
No.
But it's it's that the cost
That's
of
what
doing
he's
business
asking for,
thing.
though. That's what he's asking for. And everybody can say that's what the market bears, but he's not a top 5 wide receiver consistently.
You don't have the
He's barely the
resume.
third option on San Francisco. He's the third option on San Francisco.
Well, last year he was the first option. He led the team in yards and touchdowns.
Well, think of it like this.
No,
He's
he's
a
still
number
a
2
third
wide
option.
receiver.
I don't care. I don't care about all that, okay?
No.
Because Debo is the first option. They'll pay
No,
Debo
CMC
before
is
they
the first
pay him.
option. Don't get that wrong at all.
Yeah,
CMC is the
it's
first
CMC
option, the
and
second option, and the third option.
CMC. Well,
Till he
CMC
gets
will be the
hurt.
first option. D will be the second option. But it ain't Brandon. Just because he put up numbers doesn't mean he's the option. He just got lucky. That's what that was.
He performed in a spot he shouldn't have put up those numbers in. So if you were going to compare that to anything, you would compare his contract, what he should get, to what Jalen Waddle got.
And Orlando, I'm going to
Exactly.
back this up with one thing. The only reason why Cleveland had to pay Watson that much money is because Arizona already overpaid Kyler Murray.
Well, yeah, nobody wanted to go to Cleveland to play quarterback there because that's where you go to die.
Right. I mean, the only guy that went there and resurrected his career was Joe Flacco.
Was Joe Flacco.
and that didn't work out too well
You
for
said
him.
that
Hey.
right, Jeremy.
Hey, don't be talking bad about old armchair Joe.
Hey, he was sitting there and they said, "Hey, we're going to use you for a quarterback." Open the blue
Six-pack, Joe.
bottle of Blue Bills.
Yeah,
Like,
and,
"All right, I'm ready to go."
and the shitty part is Minnesota passed on him to get the pass or not. I mean, we could have saved half of our season, and look what we got.
In a fraction of the cost.
Yes, and yeah.
Didn't you have
holy
to
shit.
trade for the astronaut?
Yeah, we gave up, I think, a
lost-
fifth.
You gave up a 5th and a 7th, I believe. Yeah, it was a 5th and a 7th. 5th this year, 7th coming up year, plus whatever you paid him.
Yeah.
Hey, he was having a good season everywhere that year, though.
Yeah,
he did
well,
it.
I mean, it's just like hiring a new employee. They do great for the first two
Consistency.
weeks until their face,
Right.
until their true colors shine.
1 year
And
don't
then-
mean nothing. Consistency is what's got to go. And this is the
Yeah.
problem.
No,
with everything. Everybody's a win now team, and they see one person doing good for 1 year, and they want to jump on that bandwagon. That's the stupidest shit I ever seen in my entire life.
Let me see
Stupid.
if I got the time.
Stupid never takes a vacation.
That's
After
right.
the 2020 season, Watson asked for a trade during the re-signing period. 3 weeks later, in that same off season, all the stuff came out about the massages and everything else, and then he went under investigation, and the team suspended him for the season during the investigation. He wasn't traded to the following off season.
Well,
After
if you're on
the-
that, don't forget that Tony Busby is the owner of the Texans' best friend, the lawyer that was representing all those women.
Right.
And it's not about what you know, bro. It's about who you know.
And the Texans had all the receipts for all the massage women, and it was easy to get lots of receipts.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Hey.
They paid for him.
If the
that's
condom
why-
didn't fit, you had to quit.
But at the same time, this is why Watson is struggling in Cleveland, because now he has to pay for his own massages. The team won't do it because it's all under scrutiny. It's probably 1/3 of his payroll.
Hey,
It's
so
funny.
in
Funny because
Deshaun's
it's like it was 100 years ago, but remember how good Texans Deshaun Watson was?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Before he sat that year, he was great. Then he
Led the
came
league
back
in passing.
and he had his 11-game suspension, and he came back in. He played 2 games. Oops, hurt. Comes back the next year, plays 4 games. Oops, hurt. Now we're in year 3, and we have yet to see him play 17 games for that team.
I don't think he recaptures even 75% of what he was.
Somebody said after
I
this,
think he's gonna have a bounce back year.
after
I
this
really
season, that's where Dak's going.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Please.
No.
Please.
Oakland.
I can see that.
Maybe Tennessee.
Yeah, I see Oakland, Tennessee, and of course, the guy that just held up his hand, or Carolina, because they have the money to pay him. But anyways, Will, what's your take on this trade
The
stuff?
Aiyuk thing, I think the 49ers are demanding way too much. This guy's good, but I'm not saying he's worth. No way he's worth 2 first-round picks because this guy, if he's worth 2 first-round picks, then he better go off next year. But no, he is not worth 2 first-round picks. If the Steelers were to do that, I would say that is probably the dumbest move in NFL history.
Orlando, I'm going to nix that because Ben Johnson literally has said he wants to stay in Detroit until their goal is accomplished. And as a coaching staff, they said that goal is the Super Bowl. So whether it's this year or next year, he's not going anywhere. Unless we win the Super Bowl this year, I don't think he goes anywhere.
Honestly, I'm going to say that, though, man. If Dallas came knocking, that'd be really hard to turn down.
Did you hear
That
the
is like
money
the
that
premier
Washington
coaching
was
job,
offering
though.
him? He turned them
but
down.
it's
Is it though?
Washington.
I mean,
It's
is
not
it though?
Dallas.
Is
Yes,
it
it
though?
is. It
Really?
really
Okay,
is because
Dan,
it's
but in that
spotlight.
scenario,
Really?
is
I'm
Jerry
serious.
Jones-
Dallas has not been relevant in this whole century.
Thank you.
So
Okay, they might not have won this century. Who is the most talked about team in the NFL? Always, it's the Cowboys.
no, that's the
gives a
Dallas
shit?
fans talking about Dallas. That
That's-
ain't
Yeah,
nobody else talking
exactly.
about Dallas.
No one,
Yeah.
no one gives a shit
Dallas
about
used to
regular
be
season
America's team. They're not anymore.
Can I
The
So-
only reason, hey, the only reason why they're still talked about is that's all inbreds know how to do.
You know what the quietest fan base this offseason has been? The
Oh yeah,
Cowboys.
yeah. I couldn't believe it. You're usually,
Good night, Woody.
oh, we're winning this, we're winning that, and not a fucking peep.
Smoking Dad in the building. Laying down the track for
God.
DJ.
Speaking of the Cowboys, you guys want some easy money? Bet the under on wins.
I just
Yeah.
wait till they make it to the
What's funny
playoffs.
is they got the exact same window of wins through Vegas as the Lions. Good evening, Woody Bach. It's good to see you, my brother from another mother. He's another Lions fan. He's one that helped create my logo. But
Hey, did y'all see the interview with Jordan Love when they asked him about his new contract and he said, "I'm richer than Dak"?
yeah, but
That was
technically
AI
he's
dubbed.
not.
I
That
don't
was
care.
AI
It was still funny as shit.
It was still funny, but technically, right now, the highest paid QB this year is Dak by cap hit.
Well, by cap hit.
$60 million.
And they're
58.5.
still and they're still going to be 500.
There is zero chance the Cowboys are a 500 team. They're going to be a
They're-
playoff team. They're just going to
No,
suck
they're not.
at.
No, they're
Yes,
not.
they are.
Not
Bet
with
me.
Mike. Not. I will bet you, but not with Mike Zimmer at the helm of that defense. They're going to be fucking trash.
or McCarthy.
Yeah.
Or McCarthy. Yeah. You
got
brought Zimmer in, who totally fucked Minnesota on every defensive and offensive aspect to run that defense. No, man, they're a 500 team, and if you want to bet a steak dinner on it, let's do it now in
I
front
was
of
going to
everybody.
say,
in
Leonard,
their-
you want to go $20?
Yes.
Yes.
They're over a 500 team.
Here's the kicker, though.
No, there's no kicker.
No, there is. 10 is a push. 10 is a push. Every game
Yeah.
over, extra $20. Every game under, extra $20. So if they go 12, you
It's
get
60.
60.
Bet.
Yeah,
Deal.
sweet.
But if they go
They ain't-
6,
They ain't making the playoffs this year.
They're going to make the playoffs. They're only going to make the
they're not.
playoffs in that
Based
division.
on what?
So
They are not
Because
making
it's
the
what
playoffs.
they do.
It's not.
It's not. Yeah,
You lost. No,
you gotta
man.
understand the morality of teams, man. The morale in that team is fucking shit now. It's shit.
You got CeeDee Lamb who's pissed off because he ain't making money. You got Dak who wants to make more money. You
You got
brought back
Micah.
Zeke.
Parsons.
You
got
got
Micah
Micah
that's
Parsons. Yeah, and you brought back Zeke to help a depleted fucking running back room. Come
he
on,
ain't
man.
And their
consistent,
line's
you
not
know.
good
We
like
got-
it was.
You know
Yep.
that. I
An
mean
O-line
that
that's not as good as it was. You got
Yes.
Zeke who runs at 1/3 the speed he used to, and 2 micro machines behind him.
I mean
You
Zeke
lost
looked
Michael
like
Gallup.
yes.
I
So
swear,
that
he had
team.
one good year.
running back room, it looks like a luchador.
He was only there for 1 year.
Hey Zeke
I
this
don't
year
know
asked for a step stool to be in front of the Salvation Army bucket so he can actually get into it because his fat ass is too big to get top into it like he used to.
By the way, according to Chicago Sportsline beat writer today, Caleb struggled again at camp.
No.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh no, yeah. Listen, I heard about
Really?
this. I heard
Fool.
about this.
No fooling.
Hey, Jeremy, no fooling.
Five for
Say it
18.
ain't so.
Guys. No, 5 for 18.
I
Yeah,
heard.
that would
I heard
really
about
suck
this. You
having
guys didn't
questions
hear?
like that.
What?
Questions like that at quarterback.
After a series, he stomped off the field and threw his helmet in disgust. His helmet was intercepted and returned 85 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Never hit the ground.
Well, it's just like
Oh.
he's trying to gain control of that locker room, and all of his teammates are coming out and be like, some 21-year-old fucking kid is going to come in here and tell us I have to pick up after myself.
Right.
Fuck
Right.
that.
With nail polish.
Let's name the ones that said what the fuck. It's Tremaine Edwin, TJ Edwards.
But you know
But-
what, man?
and
He's
on top
not
of that-
wrong saying let's clean up our own fucking mess at the same time, though.
After the preseason win, asterisk, he just said, "Oh, this is what our team is made of. This is why we're going to go to the Super Bowl."
You know what? That's what he's supposed to say.
The only
No,
way
he
they're going
ain't.
bullshit.
Come on.
The only way they're
You
going
gotta
to
be
the
an
Super
absolute
Bowl.
dumbass to say some stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no
Dude, you
shit.
gotta be humble. Yeah, sometimes you gotta know what your team is. You ain't done nothing yet. You have
For
not.
saying this is
even-
what our team's made of and putting that freaking hope out there to your fans, that is the perfect thing to say.
Yeah, it's called putting asses in seats, but that's all it's doing.
That's all that matters to owners, man. Don't you understand?
Everyone's goal
It got
at
nothing
the
to do with
beginning of the
owners.
year is
What matters to
supposed to
owners
be-
is winning Super Bowls. If that ain't what your owners are supposed to
Bullshit.
be thinking about, then they shouldn't be owning a fucking team.
Hey,
Oh my God! The
Chicago.
fact that you even think
That's
that is
why.
so
That's why
wrong.
Chicago sucks right now because they don't have ownership that believes that.
Well, they've been rebuilding since
That's
1985.
business, B. It's a fucking business.
With occasional years of success.
Yeah, but when you win Super Bowls, that's part of business.
Hey, even Brian Urlacher came out of retirement to make a comment about the whole locker room thing and said, "I wish I was in there to let him tell me that."
I know that's right.
Dude, imagine Dick Butkus was like, "Yeah, I would love to hear
It looks
that."
like
from
This
you."
is-
Van Doom screaming so loud it froze.
What, me?
Van Doom.
No, I'm not frozen, man. It's just I hate how stupid some of y'all are sometimes to think that shit really
Wow.
matters on the grand scheme. At the end of the day, it's all about money, and that's the only thing that fucking matters in this entire world to these people.
Hey guys,
Billionaires care about money.
Okay.
hang on, time out. James Burgess said enough with the profanity, guys. We gotta,
Yeah,
make this
Oh,
G-rated.
Let's say it exactly
Oh,
how he
fuck.
said. God damn it, everyone. That's enough.
Damn it.
Here's the question, though.
Okay.
No.
Does Caleb Williams become the first Bears passer to ever eclipse the 4,000-yard mark?
No.
Yeah, right.
three.
No.
Okay, with JB, I can agree with that part of it, but I don't see it this year.
This year, I don't even see him breaking Eric Kramer's passing record for the Bears of
I
38
think he'll.
65 yards.
I think Caleb Williams will throw for 3,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions.
Yep, that's about what I said.
Yoli Cruz
I
in the
think he goes
chat.
4,000.
What's up there, Yoli?
Of course you do.
I like
It's an 18-game season.
I like Brent's comment.
I don't think he'll throw for 235 yards a game. That's what I'm telling you. I think he'll throw for about 180. Because
He's got too many receivers to throw that.
It doesn't matter about the receivers you can throw to if you can't throw it to him because you're on your fucking ass.
Yeah, 235 is what he would need per game.
Yeah, I know. We did the math to hit 4K because we talked about it with Goff after the first season. You asked me that preseason, do you see Goff throwing for 4,000 yards? And I almost called his numbers verbatim that year. Remember? I said he's going to throw for about 4,200 to 4,600 yards, probably around 30 touchdowns. And let's say he gets his whole turnover thing right, and it'll be less than 10 picks. I mean, that 2022-23, as bad as the defense played, those were his numbers: 4,500, 29, and 7.
Mm-hmm. And other than that one game last year, by and large, he's got the fumbles under control.
Right. The one game versus the Packers was not good.
Hey, look, we're nobody in this room is going to doubt the ability of Jared Goff. I just know that Caleb Williams is out in Soldier Field right now, laying on the 30-yard line with his iPhone pointing to the sky. He took a picture of it. He sent it to his painter, and he's going to paint the ceiling in his bedroom that same fucking skyline picture because that's all he's going to fucking see for the whole year.
In other words, you're saying it's going to be like that bad year for Matt Stafford where he was sacked so many times. We used to say he could tell the grounds crew where the rivets were missing in the dome by the end of the season.
That was Gary Danielson before all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand that, but
that was
that
every
year
quarterback that took a snap under center when Jeff Backus was our starting tackle.
Yoli's laughing at us. What happened? Oh, we're just talking shit about Caleb because we can. There's no Bears fans here to defend
I wouldn't.
him.
You made a mistake there, JB. I wouldn't even put Goff in the same conversation as this with Caleb.
No, I
just
don't.
like I wouldn't put Jordan Love in the same conversation with Caleb. Hell, I wouldn't even put Minnesota's any of their quarterbacks in the same conversation.
Hey! I'm giving you love, and you're sitting here fucking off my team. Come on, man. Give me a little bit of credit. Just a little.
You didn't hear what I said. I said the rest your quarterbacks, both of them are better than Caleb right now.
Oh, so I thought I misheard you.
That's
sorry.
what I'm getting at.
What happened? Chicago's beat writer for CBS Sports Line literally came out and said Caleb went for 5 for 18 today.
Okay.
Remember, I have brothers that are
as
Chicago
overrated as he is. I would say that
as much as we're making light of the whole situation, it's still training camp.
Are better than Caleb Williams.
You do realize Caleb threw for 4,500 yards, 45 touchdowns, and like 5 interceptions just 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, in college.
And what did he do the year after?
Yeah, I was going to say.
What did he do the year after? 4,000 yards, like 20-something touchdowns, and a whole 7 interceptions.
He should never have won Heisman.
Don't you love it when quarterbacks regress?
Man? His numbers were still there. He was playing hero ball and putting up those freaking numbers.
Hey,
he was playing hero ball because, first of all, he was playing when he played against defenses that were overbearing. He couldn't do shit.
Right.
He didn't step out in any of those. That shows you what kind of quarterback is out there. That doesn't. If you can't play against, Green Bay's got a good. I'm just looking in division.
No, it's not even that he didn't show out on any of them. He had a couple bad games against some highly ranked opponents. So you can't just say
here's the thing.
It's such a biased goddamn comment.
Here's the thing.
It is, and we love it.
The dude played against the Holy Mary Sisters, second string quarter.
He could have started every game for 4 years and had 4 Joe Burrow years. It doesn't matter. He's a Bears quarterback. Not even Jesus can save him now.
This is
That's
true.
a good one there.
+2.
Let's put it this way: the Bears haven't had a Chicago quarterbacks coach that's been able to develop Polaroid film, let alone a player.
Sure. Hey, Jeremy, remember Matt Nagy was supposed to be the guy. You remember?
Yeah, Matt Nagy with his Tecmo Bowl playbook stolen by Matt Canada went to Pittsburgh.
Yep. And they're both coaching with the Mean Machine, I heard. So.
Yes.
I hope Caleb has a good year. Just not against the Vikings, not against the Lions, and not against the Packers.
I hope he has a horrible year in general.
I hope he throws 5,000 yards and beats every one of y'all both games.
Boy, you're smoking crack, bro. You need to go to treatment.
No, I'm just saying what I hope now for all the heat you guys are putting out
behind that O-line. You expect them to stay healthy for 17 games? Justin Fields.
I think it's going to be a bust.
Game in Ohio State.
I want to know
Giants, man.
who's
You
paying
could-
Nick Wright and how much for him to say all these things about the Bears.
Say that again?
Right.
He's either paid by Nick Wright or Adam Rank. I haven't figured it out yet.
Right.
Definitely Rank.
Hey, guys, I'm telling you right now, you could put Tom Brady in his prime in Chicago right now against with that line, and he's gonna fucking be a mediocre, subpar quarterback.
Right.
Nobody in the world believes that. You don't even believe that.
Is playing the PC.
That's Tom Brady.
Hopefully, all the teams are nice and healthy for the season.
Yeah,
I agree.
No.
That's the politically correct thing to say. But you know what? We are in this network, and I do have a Lions fan base to love. Just playing. Let's go on to our second topic, which is Alex Hale, out of Syracuse, transfer from Oklahoma State, set NCAA records last year for points scored for Syracuse. What do you think about this signing there, Ken?
Oh, being here in central New York, about 40 minutes away from Syracuse, it's nice to have a Syracuse guy on the Packers. But I don't see him making it out of camp. To be honest,
if he outshoots Carlson and Johnson?
If he does, then I could see them trying to keep him and Anders Carlson. But I really think with the way Green Bay has been having these practices and kicking competition going, they're giving Anders Carlson every possible chance to stick around. That I think even if somebody beats him, he's still going to be there.
Fair enough. Kind of like the year when we had Patterson and Badgley, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Bistrella?
Once you get Ralph and them, they really didn't answer anything in the last segment. So
Ralph did about the Aiyuk thing. He started off before. You remember he came in and started off on it. Dom did.
I squashed what Andrew Filipponi put out there that wasn't true. That's what I did.
Pony.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was talking about his opinion on the
Filipponi.
situation.
Now,
That's
let
what
me
I was
say
looking
this.
for.
You know what? Of all the people on that station, I actually had respect for Filipponi. Now I have no respect for him because I can't believe that he would say something like this that he has no idea. And he works for CBS Radio. He has his own show from 10 a.m. until 1. And then at 2 o'clock,
Hey,
he
I'll be
does
right
a
back.
show here on 93.7 The Fan.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Will, what do you think about this signing?
I like Anders Carlson a lot. He
No, I
has
mean
a
Alex
brother in
Hale.
the NFL.
Alex Hale.
No, he's talking about the Green Bay
I
kicker.
like what I've read from Alex Hale is good. I know it, college is different than the pros, but at his final year at Oklahoma State, I know he transferred to Syracuse. He was 27 for 34. He was 3 for 4 from longer than 50, 43 for 54 in his career with a long of 53. So I think this kid, I know you say that they want to keep Anders Carlson. I think this kid, if he can show that range and those numbers in practice, yes, I know practice is a whole different animal than a game. I think he can make the kicking competition very interesting and come down to cut week.
Okay. Thank you. A good take. All right.
Thank you.
I think he's getting his. There he is, right back on time. Mike, what do you think about this signing for the Packers?
Hey, Brent, thank you.
I mean, I'm a firm believer you need to keep two on every roster. You never know what's going to happen. Somebody can go into a slump. Somebody can start just not doing well. And I don't know enough about them to actually speak pros or cons. So as far as I'm concerned, cut them all. And let the rest of the division win.
All right, Tom, what do you think of it?
Well, first of all, imagine going to a college where your mascot is an actual orange.
I know.
Hey, man.
Second of all, and
orange is
much
great.
more importantly,
Throwing
it's
shots
just
at
like
Syracuse.
having an open competition in training camp or the preseason for quarterback. If you had a kicking competition or a quarterback competition, if you can't decide between two guys, that means you have none.
Good point. Von Doom?
Yeah, I was going to say I definitely can't argue that because I've said the same thing about quarterbacks on the morning show. I couldn't tell you how many times. So
if you have a good kicker,
yep,
you have a good kicker.
Yes.
You bring in another guy.
Yeah, I think that's why Green Bay's kind of dragging this out of it is because they want him to be that guy so bad, and they're just kind of not facing it that maybe he's just not ready to be that guy.
It was a heaping helping of karma for all those Packers fans talking shit about Bates.
Yep. Oh, I like it. Von Doom.
Well, they are kind of right about that. If you have two kickers, you don't have a kicker thing. It's not really a position that's interchangeable. But at the same time, the Lions prove it don't matter if you have a kicker or not. You don't need one.
All right. Fine.
I'm not wrong.
But James Burgess says, I'll be the first to step up and be a Lions homer. The Mad Bomber is going to kick 3 or more from 60 plus this year. Seeing how 14 games are indoors, he probably can. It's outside that we worry about that. So that means against Green Bay, San Francisco, and Chicago, when we're outside, we go for it on 4th down.
Do you think he could kick 72 in Denver?
That would be
On
insane.
that,
Yeah, he probably would.
teach Nate Sudfeld how to hold and let Jack Fox be the kicker, punter, kickoff guy.
Hey, I've said that for years now.
It's
Why waste a roster
actually
spot
way
on a kicker?
harder to do in real life than it's just a way different thing.
It's that Jake Bates has a good high angle like a punter, but he has the strength of a soccer kicker is the problem. So his if you watch the trajectory, even when he's indoors, his ball tends to do this so hard and so high all the time. So when he's outside, that's magnified by the wind. That's his problem because he doesn't know if it's going to go right where he's aiming because he bends it like Beckham and he doesn't know how to control it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
you're just bombing it.
Right.
That's what a kicker is supposed to know, though.
Well, if you put the ball in the end zone, you don't have to worry about that shit. So they better get 3 kickers.
Oh, we could have got the kicker that Green Bay got from us from Michigan.
James Turner.
Well,
James Turner.
He's actually been cut. He's sitting there again. We could actually bring him back
get
to
him.
get competition.
Yeah, we need to. We need to give Bates some ups there because he's got nobody to compete against.
Yep.
Minnesota just cut a kicker too today or yesterday.
Holy
That's
I
okay.
don't
We don't
want
want any.
Michigan
We don't want any
player
Viking scrap. They
Hutchinson.
tend to go elsewhere and fail.
One Wolverine is enough, thank you.
Other than Moss, they've all failed.
Nah, Cordell Patterson done good.
Yeah, but they didn't play him at wide receiver. That's why.
Yeah.
They changed his position. Literally, they were like, "Oh, you were a wide receiver for the Vikings. You're
Because
a
he's
running back now."
dumb as hell.
They
His
deboed
route tree is a broken twig.
They
But
deboed him.
So last year, after all the fights that broke out in all the joint camps, Goodell came out and said, "We are not going to tolerate fighting this coming season in the joint practices because we're doing that instead of having starters play preseason games." He literally said that's why they're doing the joint practices. So that being said, with all the fights that happened over the last 2 days in New York, he laid down the big boom of $200,000 a team. And I'm quite sure Sheila said, "You want that cashier's check or cash?"
Wait,
Yes.
But anyways,
$200,000?
each team,
Yes.
Yeah, each
Wow.
team.
not the players.
I'm
Just
also sure she said, DC, what the hell's going on here? Because
That being said, Ken-
DC was mad as hell, too. He
oh, I
didn't
know.
like that
Just
shit.
DC told right. But when Dable comes in and basically after the first 2 drives of the Lions owning them, says, "Hey, quit laying down and taking this shit in our house like little bitches," that's when they got fired up.
Yeah, for
Well, I
some
know
reason,
that's
I see
exactly
him
what he
fire under
said.
the
He
mat.
just said, just keep going after the
I
secondary. That's what he
paraphrased
said.
a little bit.
Because they were killing the secondary. So
Jeremy, I have to exit the show. I will
Yes,
talk
sir.
with you next week. Thank you.
Shout out
I'll
your
talk
YouTube
with you
channel.
All right,
Saturday
Ralph.
morning. Don't
Bye,
forget
Ralph.
9 a.m. the External Bum Show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. the External Bum Show with me, Ralph Williams, Scott Morganroth, Leo Haggerty, and Jeremy Ballring. So
There you
talk
go.
about bums in sports and more. So see everybody Saturday. Thank you very much, everyone. See you guys next week. Have a great
Good
one.
night,
Thank you, and
Ralph.
be
Good
safe,
to have you,
please.
Ralph.
Thank
Have a good night, man.
And this is where everybody's mistaken. Guess where the NFL Alumni Medical Fund comes from? The fines and fees collected throughout the season for players and teams.
Mm.
That all goes to the Alumni Medical Fund. It does not go to Roger Goodell himself.
I was going to say I actually like that idea. That way that this money is actually getting spent responsibly. That these old guys actually need this type of medical care and that. And hey, we got a way to fund it because we know people are going to be jackasses during the year and fill those coffers.
Yeah, and I want to make a note on the whole fighting, if you don't mind, real quick.
Sure, go ahead.
So what? The good thing is no one got hurt, but Dan Cable came out and said him and Brian Dable talked, and they said a couple of their guys, in quotes, go rogue and start something. It's not a big deal, but guys were trying to break up other fights, which escalated more fights. But it's not a big deal. It does suck getting fined that much. But both coaches met up after the whole skirmish.
Well, it wasn't bad. There was 10 fights in 2 days.
I don't know why anyone.
How the hell do you do any kind of playing the football, even if it's practice? How do you do anything if you got to keep breaking up these scums?
You can't. It's
You can't.
terrible.
It just is dumb. And
It
these
was
players
just
are just
an
being
extreme
dumb.
example of status quo. I mean, look at the fights that break out early in training camp amongst teammates, and now this is the closest the starters are going to get to actual game action, and they can let it all hang out. Like they wouldn't be doing that kind of stuff if it was an actual preseason game. Dude,
Like I
it's
said,
hot as hell.
I
It's hot as
understand. I
hell out
understand. I understand a couple of scrums, here and there. I understand that.
But
But
like
these guys are
10?
going nuts. It was a brawl and a football exhibition just showed up. That's what that was.
Right.
It
Dude,
was
dude
like
got hit.
Fuck Malik Neighbors.
it's like West Side Story.
Yeah, Malik
Dude
Neighbors.
got dude.
Malik Neighbors literally had a pass broke up by Terrion Arnold, and he's
Only
walking
one.
back to his huddle. Wait, he's walking back to his huddle and slaps Kirby Joseph so hard his head snapped back. And they expect Kirby Joseph not to retaliate. Of course, he's going to go after him. Because you know what? As much as we like to be bad about it and say all this shit and everything else, guys are going to defend themselves. The first day, it was Amon-Ra St. Brown defending himself because Justin Pinnock got mad because he got a first down and swatted the ball out of his hand. All he did was shove Pinnock, and the next thing you know, the bench is cleared.
All he did was shove Pinnock. He did instigate the rest of that fight, though. Come on now.
100%.
Oh, yeah,
It
he instigated that fight too.
Who was
He
the one?
instigated
Who
that
was
fight,
the?
too.
Who was the one that got hit with a helmet today? They were
That was Malik
was it?
Neighbors that hit Kirby Joseph. That's the one I
in
was
the head,
talking.
with a helmet.
No,
Oh,
that
dude,
was
they got
Seattle.
it. Yeah, they got into
DK
a tussle.
Metcalf.
Yeah, took his helmet off and then hit him in the open head with a helmet. Knocked him smooth out on the field with a helmet.
Where did this
Like
happen?
swung it like
Garrett
Mason
would be so
Rudolph?
proud.
No, that
Or Garrett, I mean.
It
was-
happened.
yeah,
at
Miles
it was-
Garrett did that. Yeah.
What team was that?
No, this
No.
just happened.
DK Metcalf did that to
Oh.
one of his cornerback teammates.
Oh, Jesus.
Really?
There's a fine
Yeah.
coming.
Knocked him smooth out on the fucking
it'll
line.
be a team fine because it's not going to be alleviated by the NFL. It's going to be alleviated by the team because it was
Yeah.
they were practicing. So
It's just dumb shit like that. They're everybody's just oh my gosh,
That
That
that's
means
what I'm
you-
saying.
James
coulda
Burgess
killed the
takes
dude.
a coat and says, "But did any men hit any women and get rewarded for it?" LOL. No.
no.
+1, James.
That's
But
You know
bad,
what?
James.
Also,
That's real bad, bro.
KB,
yeah,
everybody's getting all upset about it this year, but nobody had a problem with it last year when it was the Lions whooping on the Giants.
But they didn't have 10 fights.
Yeah,
No,
there
they
you
had
go.
it
8.
was 3 fights in 2
They
days.
didn't have 8.
There was
They
9.
had like about 5.
There
I
was
believe
9
last year they
dust-ups
had
and
5
3.
scrums.
It was 9 dust-ups and 3 full brawls on day 1. So there was 5 more brawls on day 2.
I don't care. I love the violence.
I was going to say some of that is, leftover from last year.
Right. The Giants
And
are still
again,
salty.
I
We whooped their ass
understand
last
that.
year.
That's
Players
why
have to be
it's probably
responsible for
not.
their own behavior, though. That's
It's
the
probably
point.
not a great idea to
Somebody
do
can get
those
hurt.
joint practices with the same team year after year.
Yes.
Right.
No.
No way, man. It's great. The coaches love each other.
Until one of your players hits somebody in the helmet and breaks their hand. Then what? Dumbass.
Then good for the dumbass.
There you go.
Punch him in the gut, not the helmet.
Well,
Oh,
that's
like-
what they're doing. All of them are throwing bows at the helmet. They ain't going for the stomach.
But no, not all
Yeah.
of them. In that Kirby Joseph
You know, football players ain't that damn smart.
Singletary came in and was throwing body shots.
So are we ready for the most fun part of NFL Roundtable talk? Because we got through all 3 subjects. We've been addressing the chat. Now it's time for the shits and giggles preseason Pickems. Because these absolutely nothing, but it's fun to talk about. And first up tomorrow, we got the Lions at Giants. I'm going to start with Homer Doom. I mean, Von Doom.
Oh, we're working a little putty cat's asses tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Anyway, on to you. What do you think, Ken?
I'm going to go, since it don't matter, we're going to go 6-3. The game's going to be stopped early because they got into yet another. All the benches cleared out and everybody's fighting.
5 points for Ken right there. 5 points for Ken.
I'm with him.
All right.
He probably got that right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Most
Mike
definitely
Johnson,
got
what do
that
you
right.
think about the
Giants
game
are winning
tomorrow?
the fight, though.
Lions 24, Giants 17.
Meh.
It could happen. I could see that. What do you think, Dom?
I like that he said 24 because it's a multiple of 3. I would be ending every drive with a field goal attempt.
Just to give
I'm
Jake
dead serious.
Jake Bates more practice, right?
Dead serious.
Right. But you're saying just to give Jake Bates more practice at kicking, right? Outside.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I
Well-
don't know. Leonard, who's the Giants' third string quarterback?
Uncle Rico.
Tommy DeVito.
Oh, yeah, Vito. Yeah, Vito.
Tommy Cutlets.
Hey, Vito.
Wait, I
Hey,
thought he was
forget
the
about it.
No, he's not the backup. He's one of the backups, but he's not the backup. They got Drew Lock also.
Yep.
Yeah, DeVito's the third
that's
string
right.
now.
Right, yeah, that's what you asked. Yeah.
All right.
Not
D,
until his agent goes to the other people's house and breaks fucking kneecaps.
Hey, man, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. The end is justify the means.
There you go.
Forget
He's
about
still-
it.
Forget about it.
Man, I feel like I'm sitting here talking with my fucking uncles.
Bada
All
bing,
right.
bada boom, huh?
All
You
right,
this
got
guy.
that right.
I need to get B steak now.
Me?
Yep, B.
You know, this preseason probably means more to the Giants than it does the Lions. So I can see the Giants winning this game. But as long as everybody finishes the game
Healthy.
not injured, I'll be happy with it for both teams. I could care less.
All right.
But I got the Giants. Giants, it means more to them. So.
Okay.
Giants
Well-
are preseason champs, 4-0, and then 3 and whatever in regular season. Quarterback time. Let's go.
Well, it could be 4-0 and 0-16. That happens.
That's what I want. That is what I want, though.
No, you don't. You don't
I
want
want a
0-16.
quarterback.
Come on, Leonard.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This
You
Giants
realize
game.
you realize
Caleb.
how weak this class is?
Yeah, it's Shador Sanders, Quinn
I was going
Ewers.
to say, you want Shador Sanders?
Hence why I need the first pick, so I have to pick which quarterback's going to rule my franchise for the next 10 years, goddammit.
I was going to say, he's the best quarterback in college.
Right.
Football history. Just ask him.
All right.
I think
Well,
Seymour
ask his
Sanders
dad.
is a better quarterback because Dad's not around.
let's keep it moving because we got some games to get through. Will, what's your take?
24-14 Detroit.
Okay. And Ken, I already got Packer backer Ken. I think it's going to be Giants too, but I think it's going to be a close, low scoring game. It's going to be like 17-14 or 15-12 because none of the starters are basically starting for either team. So the game means nothing.
Have they said that yet,
Well,
though? Because I know our starters are bitching that they want to play.
they can bitch all they want. That's what the coach says.
Yep.
Yeah, their
Yeah, well, I
coaches.
know
Our
Jones and
coach said
Neighbors
we're
have been
not
freaking
playing any.
petitioning them that they want to play, and I think they
I
should
mean,
let them
neighbors
play
might
as much as they
neighbors
can.
might play because he's a rookie.
And how about that? This is the first time in week one of the actual preseason, because I don't count the Hall of Fame game as week one. That's another exhibition game they can do away with. We got the toilet bowl of last year, the Panthers versus Patriots.
Let's go.
So we're gonna
Joe
start
Milton
with Will.
throwing 500 yards in that game.
We're gonna start for Will.
Trying to think of a weird score. I'm gonna say
2-0 Panthers win.
I'm gonna say 10-6. I'm gonna say 10-6 Panthers because both teams suck.
All right, Ken.
All right, for Carolina and New England, I'm gonna go with New England wins it 24-0.
I would love that so much.
He's Drilla.
It's going to end in a tie. 0-0.
Yeah.
Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt.
Tom, what's your take?
Is the beige water pistol still Carolina's backup?
Yes. Andy Dalton is still there.
Is he really?
Yeah, you guys signed him to 2 years.
Beige.
Dang it.
Yes, the beige water pistol's still there. And Dave Canales, the QB whisperer, is a coach. He's good at resurrecting dead quarterback careers, also known as Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield.
God, I hate Geno Smith.
Pick
Can we
Dom.
just stop saying that dude's name? Like, let's just forget he's even alive.
Okay, fine. Eugene Cyril Smith.
That is Eugene Cyril Smith
We can just add him to the dead people laugh track.
Oh my God.
Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not fond of Geno either.
F that guy.
He's overrated.
All right, Dom.
Also, unbeknownst to most, a minority owner of the Detroit Lions.
Who's that?
That's wrong.
Geno?
That's just plumb
That's just
wrong.
evil.
That's
minority
plumb
as
wrong.
in small percentage, not as in because he's black.
Not after this
So
year.
who do you have, Dom?
taking it.
I don't know. Flip a coin. Patriots.
Sorry.
Let's go,
Sorry
Joe
about that.
Milton.
That's okay.
You're good,
Mike.
Mike.
Who do you
Joe
got?
Milton might start.
What's that?
Panthers or Patriots? Who do you got? Toilet bowl of
I
the year.
I got Bobby Boucher throwing for 437 yards, and the Mud Dogs win 38-7.
He wasn't a quarterback. You mean
That wasn't the question.
Paul
but
Crew?
okay.
He was a middle linebacker. Shit.
It's okay. He's coming in off the bench.
Uncle.
What's wrong with this boy's medulla oblongata?
You got all them teeth and not a toothbrush.
I'm a Lions fan. This is eyewitness testimony. Some of the most entertaining games in NFL history are two shitty teams playing each other. He's not wrong.
This is true.
Yeah.
He's not
He's
wrong.
not.
So
He's
And
not.
who you got?
Here's the crazy thing, and I'm going to throw something out there that nobody here realizes. Last year, the Panthers and the Patriots had a better passing defense than the Lions and still didn't do shit.
Because they had no offense to put up the points, man. Yeah,
I
the
know,
defense was
I
okay,
know.
but you can't score. It don't matter.
I know.
But now they ain't got Brian Burns.
So you're not going to pick one of those teams. You're taking the Mud Dogs. Gotcha. Okay, Von Doom, what's your take?
Say that again.
Panthers and
Which
Patriots.
team you got?
Who do you got in this
I'm
shitty
taking the
toilet bowl?
Patriots.
You're taking the Patriots.
Patriots.
I'm taking the Panthers because the beige water pistol is better than any of the backups that the Patriots have.
I just want to see Will Fry, so I'm taking the Patriots, man.
So
Taking the
I'm-
Washington
Who's
Sentinels.
I think
crunching
it's going to
something?
be that is Michael eating something that makes it sound like he's chewing a logging chain.
Damn
Sorry.
you, Mike.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no, that was me actually screwing a logging chain.
Damn.
I tried. That's why my teeth are going.
I'm waiting for ribs to get off the smoker. I'm dying. I haven't ate all day. I'm sorry.
I know, but every time I turn around and somebody's talking, I hear.
Yeah, that's me. My
It sounds
bad.
like a cross between Gollum trying to talk and somebody chewing on a logging chain.
It was a logging chain washed down with some beer.
There you go.
Oh,
Hey, JB,
All
we're
right,
all a little
next
fat
up-
here. We know exactly what brand of chips that was even. Shit, come on.
what?
It sounds like he's eating deer nuts. I mean,
Well,
deer-
yeah, because they're under $1. They're a cheap snack.
Oh,
All right.
The Commanders, Chargers, Buccaneers were the only teams with a worse pass defense.
okay,
Right.
whatever.
Falcons versus Dolphins. Now remember, it's backups. All these teams said they're playing their backups, but the problem is the backup is the first stringer now because Kirk O'Shaughnessy's hurt. We got Falcons versus Dolphins. Who you got, Ken?
Oh, I'm still gonna go Dolphins over Falcons. There's been too much change with the Falcons for me to give them any kind of credence yet.
All right. Be Strilla to Thrilla.
I got Penis Jr. and Atlanta Falcons over
Oh,
Miami.
Penis Jr.
Is he playing?
My line.
Yes,
Penix is the
Yes.
starter
Yeah,
there now, Will.
he's the starter there now, right now, because Kirk O'Shaughnessy's out. They really don't have much after him, so he has to play some this game.
And he's going to light that shit up.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, because they're going to be putting out their second string defense, and Bo Nix versus a second string defense is like Oregon versus USC.
Oh,
Oh, look at that! You caught that one, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Who you got, Will?
as much as I like Penix, you know I can't cheer for that team. I got the aquatic sea mammals.
All right, Mike Johnson, who you got?
I'm taking the Falcons. This is, I'm sorry, but Kirk should have never left Minnesota. That was the dumbest signing in the whole offseason. He's old. He's not going to recover 100% from his Achilles. This is going to be Michael Penix's time to come out and shine. And even if it is a preseason game, this is going to show that this is their future. And I take the Falcons 27-3.
All right, Dom.
Yeah, give me Penis Jr. and the Falcons.
All right, Von Doom.
I'm taking the Falcons, too. But, man, put some respect on Michael Penix Jr.'s name. That guy is good. Penis
Okay, we
Jr.
won't call him Penis anymore. I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll
Oh, he's calling
we'll
Dick
call him what
Jr.
he is.
Shit.
Tua 2.0.
Fellatio Wrinkle.
You can't call him Horatio Wrinkle because that'd be blowjob.
Foreskin
Come on,
Jr.?
that doesn't work out
You
right.
could call Pentagon.
Oh wait,
Foreskin
that would be
Jr.
the offensive
Hey.
coordinator. I'm sorry.
Hey, did you guys hear
third?
that the Miami Dolphins are trading for TJ Hawkinson? That way they can have the Hawk 2 connection.
Yes, I did hear that.
The old Miami joke. That old joke, man.
Yeah,
Come on,
No
Mike.
joke, get
Mike,
out of
I was telling
here.
that joke before you even.
Get out of here.
for 2 games, and then Tua gets a concussion, and his next language is applesauce.
Next up, we got the Texans versus.
Wait, Jimmy, who
I
did
like
you
that
have?
one.
Applesauce.
Peanut butter jelly.
Fucking Dom.
Who
I like
did
the
you
That
have,
bowl if there was
Jeremy?
straw.
Oh my god, we're off the rails. I love it.
That was a good one.
That was great. All right.
Well, shit, didn't you know they had to install bug zappers in Miami because if a fly lands on his helmet, he's going to be dead?
Right.
They
Because
don't need to trade for TJ Hawkinson because after that concussion, they'll be calling him Stephen Hawking Tua.
Oh,
Damn.
that's dark. That's dark.
it may be dark, but the truth is he had 2 concussions in 1 year. If he has 1 more within another season, he has to sit out a year. That's concussion protocol. You got 3 years, 3 concussions. But anyways, Von Doom, Texans at
Yes,
Steelers.
sir. Steelers.
Steelers, okay. Tom,
Obviously Russ isn't going to play.
For the whole
Is
year.
Justin Fields even going to play?
Yeah, Fields is
you have to because they only have 3 quarterbacks, so you're probably going to see him at least a quarter.
Give me the neck and Case Keenum and the Texans.
All right, Mike.
I'm taking the Steelers.
Yeah, it is in Pittsburgh. I will say that.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers.
Willie BCP, who you got? Texans or Steelers?
Give me Case Keenum. I've liked him since college.
All right,
Texans.
Drilla, Texans or Steelers?
I'll take Sierra and the Steelers.
Oh, okay.
I bet you would.
Sierra and leave the Steelers there and
Well, I'll
still
take Sierra.
I know you would. Hey man, I ain't even messing around. I'd drink her bathwater to see what she did last night.
Oh, good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm good on having ABC Russ.
I was going to say I don't want the stench of Russ stuck on me.
Yeah, she's got enough body lotion, bro. It's gone before he even leaves.
You're awful. Anyways, Ken, who you think?
Oh, fuck it. I'm going to go with the Steelers.
They're both well-coached teams. I think this will be a hard-fought game. It's going to be a lot like that Bears game, but it might not be cut short. So the Texans will come back and win.
Yes.
Because the neck was looking great that second half at 10 of 13, 183 yards and a touchdown to get them back to 17. It was all first half Brett Ripien. Steelers because Mike wins just by breathing sometimes.
Yeah.
All right.
He can breathe
Next
himself
up,
a 9-8 record.
Ooh, 2 good teams going at it roster-wise. Eagles versus Ravens. Who you got, Ken?
Eagles and Ravens. We're going to go. The Ravens are going to win, but they're going to take out half of the Eagles roster just so Green Bay gets an easy week 1.
So you hope.
You can pray. I got you. All right.
Oh, absolutely.
It is in Baltimore, though. Estrella?
Is Huntley still playing on Baltimore?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm taking Baltimore. I like Huntley.
Really?
I can't see them going against Pickett. That's what he's going to be throwing some
Penny,
Pickets.
pick it and flick it. All right.
Pick sixes.
Willie V, what you got?
Baltimore. Tyler
All right.
Huntley.
Gotcha. Mike?
I'm going Baltimore as well.
All right. Big
Baltimore. But backing up to the Texans just for a moment. Nico Collins only needs one more 1,000-yard season to be the best Michigan receiver since, I don't know, Anthony Carter.
Yeah. Was Toomer a Michigan guy?
Yeah,
He was.
Amani.
Monty?
I was just looking at the stats of all the guys that I could remember.
I met Nico Collins.
Nico Collins actually comes into my store. We service his car.
Oh,
I've
whoa,
met
wait.
him.
I'm sorry.
Dude,
Amani Toomer had
give
5
me a
straight
shout out.
1,000-yard seasons.
Next time you see
Yeah.
him, seriously say, hey, my buddy does a podcast. He'd love a shout out. He talks about the
And
NFL every
he's a
Wednesday. Don't
Michigan
tell him I just
fan.
talked by him.
And he's a Michigan.
And I'm a
All
Michigan
right.
fan.
Well, we won't hold that against you.
He's actually came into my store one time, and then he has somebody else bring his vehicle in after that. So
Damn it. Okay. Bears. Oh, wait. Von Doom, who you got?
I think he picked Texans.
Oh,
No, this is for the
you're on Eagles. Ravens.
Oh,
yeah, Ravens and
He,
Eagles.
I
oh,
think he bounced
sorry.
out on us, so we'll get on to the next game. We got the Foreskins versus the Jets. Commanders at Jets. Who you got, Mike?
is Daniels playing?
I don't know if Daniels plays because they do have 3 QBs on the roster, and one of them is Marcus
They
Mariota.
got 5 QBs on the roster.
Oh, my
Oh,
God. That guy's
jeez.
still,
They got
that
5.
guy's still stealing NFL paychecks.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh my God.
Horn.
Didn't learn.
I'm going to take the Jets. Just it was a 50-50.
I think they got the deeper roster. That's my opinion. But anyways, Dom.
Jets. Jets.
Name it for 250 and 6 touchdowns.
Willie
Tom
B.
Skins.
I'm using. Gotcha. All right. Beastrella.
Foreskins. I got the Jets because Adrian Martinez is one of the quarterbacks on the Jets.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yep. They
Are
also
you
they have
the Foreskins
4
or
quarterbacks.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, Tyrod Taylor's next, and it's between
Jordan Travis.
Andrew Peasley and Adrian Martinez.
And Jordan Travis they drafted, but he's out for he can't play this year.
Right.
The Jets
All right.
are clipping the Foreskins.
Okay. It's a bar mitzvah.
I was waiting for somebody to make that joke.
Mazel tov.
Bada boom, bada bing.
There we go. Rabbi Tuck is coming in. Remember that from Robin Hood Men in
Yep.
Tights? Mel Brooks
Yep.
character.
Yeah.
Pushpa. All right, Bears at Bills. Is anybody picking the Bears
No.
in this one? Okay. I just figured I'd go unanimous and ask that way. It was way easier. Raiders
who's the
at
Bills'
Vikings.
backup?
Oh, you know who the Bills' backup was? He was the backup for Pittsburgh last year.
Kenny Pickett.
Trubisky.
Oh, it's
Trombonsky.
Yeah. Oh, Mitchie touchdown. He's got it. We're taking the Bills.
Bears legend Mitch Trubisky.
Yep. He will torch them. Their second string.
Okay. What was the next one?
All right. The next one, we got Raiders at Vikings. We'll start with Mike.
106 to 0.
Wait, these are all
Vikings.
tomorrow? Or this is the
No, this whole
106 to
weekend.
0. What the fuck?
Pick 'em for all
Come
week.
on, Dom.
I just picked them
No,
for the
hey,
whole week.
all seriousness, I think the Raiders will end up winning, but it's going to be a showcase to see what J.J. McCarthy can do. So I really think that it's going to
So
be.
nothing?
Shut up, man. Come on. He's still a better quarterback than Caleb Williams.
Oh, that's a backhanded
Possibly.
compliment for one. For two, no, he's not.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh
Mac
my gosh.
Jones,
We get to the
2.0.
picks.
Oh, whatever, bro. He's
Guys.
got Kevin O'Connell, coaching
No.
him, so he's going to be just fine.
Here's what I got to say about that. J.J. McCarthy has not got the highest ceiling coming in, so he's not Mac Jones 2.0.
I'm telling you.
Remember, because we said that before. Mac Jones was the most pro ready, but he has he's already had his ceiling. Therefore, it's like the Willy Wonka corridor as
A
he goes
ceiling
throughout
so
the
low
year.
he has to duck when he walks in the room.
Yes. So yeah, JJ's not that bad yet. He's just not developed yet. I don't think he'll be even a solid starter to year 3, in my opinion. But that's just me because I watched him.
No, and I can agree with you. I think if the Vikings do what they say they're going to do and mold him and let him sit. I think in year 2, beginning of year 3, he's going to be a solid quarterback. Is he going to be phenomenal? I don't think so, but he's going to be just what the Vikings need to get them into playoff contention and possibly make a Super Bowl run. Do I think he's an elite quarterback? No, but I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's the best thing that we've had since Tommy Kramer.
I'm going to make a bad joke when it gets to my turn.
Oh, I
Don't
forget.
hate me, Mike.
No, here we go.
Okay. Dom, who you got? Raiders or Vikings?
Raiders.
Okay. Will?
Sorry, I'm here. I've got
That's okay.
the Raiders.
Okay. Estrella.
Yeah, I got the Raiders because they're going to be playing both their backups, which are supposed to be both their starters, but they're both their backups.
Right. All right, Ken.
Yeah, I got to go with the Raiders too.
I'm going with the Raiders too because one side of their secondary is dead and their nickel back's hurt for the Vikings.
This is true. I don't think they have enough debt.
I
Oh
fucking
my
used to
God.
like you guys. Jesus Christ.
Don't say you guys. That's JB up there doing all that.
It told me, I'm not going to lie, and I told you, don't get your feelings hurt. I make bad
Oh, I'm
jokes.
so glad you
I
said
told
this
you
on
that
your
was
show and not
enjoying
mine.
myself.
I do love the comment,
So the
though.
Raiders you do love the comment. And the views and opinions of Smoke and Jeremy B does not reflect that of his guests.
Right.
There was never a better time for that disclaimer.
Yes, sir, I know.
That was horrible.
All
How
right.
pathetic is it that
The
Sam
Packers
Darnold
Wait.
and J.J. McCarthy are so bad that they're going to let the Bears get out of last place?
That ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen, Dom.
It could happen. It could
It's
happen.
not gonna happen.
It
Okay.
will.
You guys only got 1/3 of a defense now. What are you talking about? You lost Jerry Tillery,
Yeah, I know.
too.
It's just, yeah.
And I'm not even trying to be mean about it.
Well, I mean, facts are
Okay.
facts. So
Well, go ahead. You're all set.
No, I've got 8 minutes.
Okay. Packers at Browns. We'll start with the Packer backer. We got the Fudge Packers versus the Brown Turds.
How good does that go together?
Oh, well, since you're phrasing it like that, Green Bay's packing the Browns.
All right. Estrella.
So it's going to be a complete NFC North sweep of losses. I see Cleveland winning that because they got the better backup. Like they got 200 backups right now.
Clifford
So.
was only good except on that corner throw to an empty basket.
Yeah, Clifford's.
Well, we're not talking about Deshaun Watson. We're just talking about the.
I know. I'm talking, but the guy that came in
The
for
Clifford.
Watson,
He ain't the only guy playing.
won
He ain't
3
the
out of
backup.
4 games before he got hurt.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
All right. Dom, who you got? Packers or Browns? It's in
Browns, they have the better roster. Their backups are better.
I was going to say, I think they have a little bit deeper depth of talent. The starting talent is better with the Packers, in my opinion. Overall, as the whole team, top to bottom. Did I skip you, B?
No, but I might change my Baltimore prediction because Tyler Huntley is actually on Cleveland.
I was going to say, I thought so.
And Jamison Winston's on. Yeah, Green Bay ain't got a chance. Unless Jamison Winston throws like 40 interceptions.
I mean, hey, that's possible.
Well, not since the LASIK surgery. He doesn't throw as many picks anymore.
Not that he can see.
He doesn't throw any because he doesn't play.
So you're going to take him to the Browns now? Okay. All right. Who you got, Mike?
I'm taking Cleveland.
Okay. Tom?
I took the Browns.
Go take the Browns. I'm taking the Browns too, and it's not because I loathe the Packers. That's not it. It's because I do like their backup quarterbacks better.
Hey, you leave the big red dog alone. He's thrown a bunch of interceptions in camp. He's ready.
He's ready to throw more. I know. Hey.
God, I hope Jordan Love doesn't get hurt ever.
Jeremy,
It's the same thing we're saying as Lions fans right now. Please, Jared Goff, don't get hurt. But anyways, Chiefs at Jaguars. Does anybody picking the Jags?
I
Did you
didn't
not
get
pick
the
Bill?
Browns.
Okay. Browns or Packers?
I got the dog pound.
Dog pound, okay. Chiefs and Jaguars. Is anybody taking Jags in this?
No.
Fuck it, I'll take
Duval.
it.
Okay, we got
Jaguars.
two. We got two. Okay.
I'll take Jacksonville.
3.
Oh, wait. I'm going to take Jacksonville, too. I forgot. Chad Henne retired, so they don't have a good backup.
Oh, shoot. Yep. Give me Jaguars.
I forgot about that. Who are you picking, Mike? Chiefs or Jags?
I'm taking the Jaguars.
Okay.
Oh, clean sweep.
Clean sweep. Buccaneers at Bengals. Jake Browning versus Kyle Trask.
Same thing.
It's same thing, yeah. Anybody going to pick the Buccaneers in this one for the backup then?
Oh, heck
No.
no. The Buccaneers, no.
Once upon a time, I had high hopes for Kyle Trask.
We
Yeah,
both
right.
did. We both did until he came out in that preseason game after he was drafted and he threw 5 picks in one quarter.
Tom Brady's heir apparent.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Jameis need to get the same eye doctor.
Ooh.
Never draft a quarterback. Never draft a quarterback from a Florida college.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes' backup is Carson Wentz.
Carson
And again-
sits on the bench.
Again, who's done what since he left, since he got hurt? Other
Which
than have
time
still
when
got-
he was hurt?
He's still got a ring, though.
Doesn't care. I don't care. He's done jack crap.
All right.
He's still got a ring.
Buccaneers at Bengals. Who you got there, big guy? Dan?
Would you say somebody? Sorry, somebody had messaged me.
Oh, Buccaneers at Bengals.
Oh, I'm gonna go Bengals. Their backup quarterback didn't do too bad last year, filling in for Burrow.
Browning, yeah.
Yeah, because remember, here's the thing about Bengals fans that gets a little delusional about the start of the season. I hear them say, "Oh, we're going to start out 5-0 or 4-1 or even 3-2." Burrow has started with only 1 or 2 wins the first 5 games of every year he starts. He is a slow starting quarterback. He always has been. He always will be. The only year he wasn't was in LSU.
Yep.
All right.
Well, that's
49ers.
because he couldn't make it at Ohio State.
Oh, yeah, he made it out of Ohio State. It was real easy. He got hurt, and he got medical redshirted and transferred to LSU because Justin Fields emerged as their starter after that.
Exactly.
That, and he didn't want to automatically be a garbage quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, because
C.J.
C.J. Stroud is the exception because his high school coach was a former backup third-string quarterback that nobody ever heard of, but at least he had an NFL pedigree. So he was fully developed by the time he got to Ohio State, and Ryan Day couldn't ruin him. But anyways.
I've got to go, Jeremy.
All right. See you later, Will.
All right, Will.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Will. Have a good night, bud. See you Sunday.
Yep.
49ers at Titans. That one's kind of interesting. Because who's backing up Brock Purdy anymore? Does anybody know?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And
Who's
right
who's
now.
Will Levis?
I'm looking right now, buddy.
It ain't Malik Willis, is it still? If it's
I
Malik
think
Willis,
he's
I'm
still
picking
on the
the
roster.
Quarterbacks. Here we go. All right, Joshua Dobbs.
I'm taking the Titans. The pass or not, got
They
it.
also got Brandon Allen and Tanner I don't know who the hell the last name is. Mordecai. That's what his name is. Tanner Mordecai.
Yeah.
The Pasternak's coming out for 242 and 3 touchdowns in the first quarter.
All right. I'm taking the 49ers.
Who's Frisco's backup?
I don't care. I like the
I
depth
just
of
told
their
you.
roster overall. The
Bob
pass
Davis, he's a used car salesman
Joshua
out
Dobbs.
of San Bernardino County.
Yeah, Joshua Dobbs.
Tanner Mordecai.
Yeah.
Right?
Mordecai, yeah. I would just
All
pick
right.
San Francisco just because of that name.
Seahawks at Chargers. The backup is Sam Howell for the Chargers and Easton Stick for the Chargers.
Easton Stick was actually a good quarterback at NDSU, and Sam Howell did good at the Chargers. You know, I think Easton Stick is way underrated for what he did.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I think Sam Howell did great at the Commanders, not the Chargers.
Yeah, I meant at the Commanders, yes, but I think Easton Stick could be a starting quarterback in a lot of teams in this league.
Get the fuck out of here!
I'm telling you.
Well, I'm not going to go that far to say
I'm
that.
gonna go and say
Where?
Easton Stick,
Oakland, maybe? No.
Easton Stick could start at the Panthers. He could start at let's see.
Yeah. Now you got to go into the let's see.
Yeah, I'm digging deep, B. Leave me alone.
That's like being offered ice cream flavors of tofu and soy.
I will say I think that Easton Stick was a better quarterback than Trey Lance and Carson Wentz coming out of NDSU. All in all.
I still say the best quarterback that came out of that division never got a shot in the NFL was Eric Barriere out of EWU. But anyways, who you got? Seahawks or Chargers, guys?
I'm taking the Chargers.
Taking the
Yeah,
Chargers?
I'm taking the Chargers too.
Taking the Chargers. What about you, B?
Taking Seattle. Seattle's got like three. You forgot who they got as backups.
Well, we know it's not Drew Lock.
Who played for the Washington Commanders last year?
No, Sam Howell.
Sam Howell's your backup. Sam Howell's going to light their ass up.
Right.
And San Diego ain't got no pass. They got no pass.
Oh, God, it's going to be Sam Howell going to freaking Quentin Johnson.
Sam Howell's going to go fucking nuts on their ass.
Sam Howell throwing to Jackson Smith and the Jigba because he's a wide receiver 3. He plays for Seattle.
Nah, I'm still saying Easton Stick's going to light up the preseason.
Okay,
we could take any side bets if you want.
All right, who you got, Dom?
I mean, he's gonna win.
Seattle. Even in the preseason, the Chargers gonna Charger.
Right. I don't care that Harbaugh's there. Harbaugh failed for like 3 straight seasons in Michigan to start off good.
But he's had success everywhere he's went.
He's had success.
He went to San Francisco and went to Super Bowl. So you can't say Harbaugh's not a failure. He's not. Everything he goes, he turns to gold.
I said he's a slow starter. That's all I said.
Stanford, he was good. Came to Michigan, he was
San
good.
Diego State, he was good.
San Diego State, even.
He just started off slow, but hey, it's where you get to, not where you start off.
Oh my God, it's Toilet Bowl Part 2. Saints at Cardinals.
Wow, leave the Saints alone. They're not that bad.
They ain't that good either.
They're not that good.
Who you got there, Big Ken?
Oh God!
I'm
gonna go with the Cardinals just because they might play Marvin Harrison Jr. But other than that, it's a coin flip.
All right, Bistrella.
Oh, it's Spencer Rattler time.
Oh God! You're on that train too, huh?
Yeah, I can't be on Cardinals train because what the hell do they got?
The
Nobody.
midget.
They're like Keith Sweat. They got nobody.
They got Desmond Ritter. You mean you don't buy into the Desmond Ritter hype?
Oh God!
God,
Please.
no.
It's funny because right when he said Radler, I was going to say, remember when I thought Desmond Ritter was going to be sweet?
That's the way I feel about Spencer Rattler.
It might be the same track. I don't know.
Yeah, they're on that
But,
same track.
see what the hype is.
I
Huge
should have
fact.
known better because now that I look back upon it, quarterback from a basketball school.
Dan Lefevre.
Oh, here you go.
All right.
What else they got?
We got Dom.
Oh, they got Clayton
You
Tune
said
too.
Saints or Cardinals?
Saints, I guess.
All right.
No coin toss.
Big Mike. Let's get it.
I'm going with the Saints. Have you ever seen them Who Dat cheerleaders? That's the whole reason why I'm cheering for them this game.
I've also
That's the only thing they got going for them.
They do got some pretty nice looking cheerleader.
Yeah, they do.
I never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Say it.
No, it's got to be better. AB saying he's not going to say it.
At least you know with the Cardinals cheerleaders, they weren't blowed out at Mardi Gras.
They were not doing.
Hey, 2 strings of bead and the Bud Light makes a great video.
Don't forget a little bit of blow.
No. There's a lot of bit of that.
All right. Broncos versus Colts. Who you got there, Mike?
I'm going with the Broncos. We're going to see what Bo Nix can do. And, I think he's going to come in and shine. Even with a second, third team, I think that the Broncos are going to blow that one out.
All right. Estrella.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Denver as well. Bo Nix. He's got a football quarterback name.
Dirty Dom, you there? Evidently not. We're up to Packer Ken.
It was Broncos and who?
Broncos
Indianapolis.
and Indianapolis. They don't have Gardner, but they do have Joe Placid.
We'll go with Grandpa Joe.
All right. Bo Nix versus Joe Placid. One up and coming and one half bit.
You got to put some respect in old Joe's name. He's earned it.
He earned it. He should still, but he popped that Viagra and got back in the game. Dom, who you got? Broncos or Colts?
Colts. Also, Joe Flacco is only 6 months older than Bo Nix.
And Bo Nix, who's 6 months older than Hendon Hooker coming out of college. But anyways.
Hey, it's not his fault. He got redshirted 3 times because of COVID.
I think the Broncos win because Javonte Williams is finally a backup. And against backups is the only time Javonte Williams runs good in preseason. But anyway.
He lost a bunch of weight.
Cowboys at Rams.
Rams.
Fair enough.
With Jimmy G, I don't think so.
They got Stenson Bennett too. That's the next coming of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, Stetson Belt. Yeah, just keep Kelly off of him. You know how she likes to do backups.
Holy fuck!
That's plus 5 for you. That's plus 5 for you, JB. Plus 5.
Golly.
She's not allowed at home games right now because he comes into practice with his shirt off. Did you see the picture the other day? Kelly was sweating.
Speaking of quarterbacks that debuted at the age of 35, Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. But anyways, who you got, Ken?
A veteran rookie quarterback.
You got the future Stetson Stafford or
Oh my!
Jeremy's on fire tonight, boy.
Oh jeez. Oh, I'm gonna go with the Rams, but I'm afraid to pick them now.
Going with the future Kelly, Kelly backup quarterback fling.
Who are you taking, Dub?
Wait, Rams and who?
The Cowgirls. Cooper Rush versus
The cow
Beckham.
bitches.
Trey Lance. Give me the Cowboys.
Just
Who's
on
like
Trey
a
Lance.
quarterback 8 on that roster right now. He's been so bad. But anyways, Pistrella.
Yeah, I got Sexy Stenson. The veteran rookie.
Plus 2. Kelly's next daughter won't look like the others.
Trey Lance might get cut.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. Yep.
And Jerry Jones is gonna have to eat that whole contract. That's gonna be hilarious.
So who you got, Mike? You taking the Rams or you taking the Cowgirls?
I'm never gonna take the Cowboys ever.
I know that's right.
I don't give a shit if they're playing, Holy Mary Sister Saints, second string quarterback out of the Episcopalian, school of saints. It's not happening.
The Sisters of the Poor.
Yes.
Wait. Is whoever said it earlier, are they still on when they said that Ben
Sisters of the
Johnson is going
Losers.
to take the Cowboys job?
I haven't seen him, but that was Orlando. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah,
I was going to say, is Jerry Jones dead and buried in that scenario? Because otherwise, no.
Just FYI, whenever it comes to the Cowboys, I am a fan of two teams, the Vikings and anybody that plays the Cowboys.
Hey, we kind of like that. We can live with that one.
Yes.
But I want to say thank you to all 7 who remained here out of the 20 people that started with this show. They made it through our last 40 minutes of straight jokes, because that's what it was with every single pick'em.
I was going to say, isn't that how the show usually goes when you and I get together, JB?
Oh, God. But you know what? It flowed, and it was a fun show. I want to say thank you to Will, Ralph, Von Doom for popping in, because that motherfucker just worked 14 hours today. Kudos to him for still popping in, because he couldn't handle just saying his shit in the chat.
13.5 for me.
And kudos to you, Dom, for popping in. I didn't know you were in.
I got home and I was like, oh, hey.
With my most famous disclaimer on the channel. The views and opinions of Jeremy Baldrick Jr. do not reflect that of Kneecap Fighting with the Motor City Lions, nor I, Smoking Jeremy B. Dad, I think James Mitchell and James Houston will take Laporta and Hutchinson's spot. Oh,
I don't even know why you read that bullshit.
Because it's funny. I read it for the humor. I do. I read it for the humor. I've literally got tears rolling out my eyes because I don't know what was funnier, the part about Stetson Bennett, fucking Kelly Stafford, or this.
Sounds like somebody in Northville needs attention. Anyway,
Tracy Walker.
I like James Mitchell.
Patty Grimes.
Oh, wait, this is what I was going to say before. Jeremy, who was the quarterback at Auburn that beat out Bo Nix, and that's why he transferred?
No, that Bo Nix beat out, it was Malik Willis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Bo Nix went through a new coach and an OC his freshman year, and then a new coach and an OC his sophomore year, and then transferred and had a new coach and a new OC at Oregon. And then that coach
and
left.
Celebrated his 40th birthday.
He had a new coach and a new OC then, and he was a redshirt freshman when he beat out Malik Willis.
On his 38th birthday.
On his 38th birthday.
Oh, come on now. He's only 28, guys. He's Brandon Whedon, part 2.0.
He's still young. He's younger than Stetson.
Right.
So he can't be 38.
I mean, Stetson, poor fucking Stetson's been through the ringer, bro. I mean, he's drank more than me, and I'm 49. That motherfucker, he might be, 28, 29 years old, but his body's 40.
James Burgess
If he
says,
can
I
stick
never
it out in
met
the
a
league for
bearded
3 more
Packer
years,
fan. Nice to
he
meet
can
you.
collect an NFL paycheck and Social Security.
Yeah,
you
well,
go.
the bad part is that Stetson Bennett has never played a fucking game in his college or pro career sober. So we'll see what he does now.
So
What, Johnny
this is the part
Manziel?
where I have to give the disclaimer to Ken. No offense to you. This is not to your fans, but my favorite sponsor is this one I'm about to put up on the screen. And I don't know if you've watched my show enough to see it, but it
Fuck
is
the Packers.
FTG. Fuck the Packers.
Okay. Now you did it. Now I got to break out the old John
Oh,
Dorn.
that's a
Same
team.
old Lions.
There goes the no-hitter.
Hey, it's one thing that all of us can agree on except for you.
Oh, come on. And the hooker can't get in the number one QB job with the contract that Goff had.
They ain't never happening.
He may get it. This is the only disclaimer I will give. This is a 2-year Super Bowl or bust contract for Jared Goff. If we don't at least get there, I guarantee you they'll cut him to save the money in year 3.
They held on. I don't think so. They held on to Stafford for all them years and all that money.
That
He
was
never even got
old
a close.
regime. That was the old
I
ownership.
don't give a shit.
Yeah,
No,
you
but
do.
what's the
You
first
should.
thing
No.
Callahan
Because
did
it's,
at the end of the
it's
season?
not the same ownership.
Traded him. All I know is there's no way in hell.
That is the problem with y'all. Y'all keep thinking the Lions are the same old damn Lions all the way up to the ownership. It's not. It's not. It's a whole different team. That's why the reason why they're playing like they are. It's a whole different
Okay.
makeup.
Hey,
Here we go.
and I'm not trying to offend you by no means, but you had one good year, one so far.
But Goff got paid for 2 exact seasons back to back. That's why he got paid. It is a thing of continuity there.
He won the division in 2 goddamn playoff games.
Yeah.
He's not going nowhere. They're gonna hang on to false hope.
Brent DeWitt. Bobby Lane still holds the record for most touchdown passes while intoxicated. This is probably true.
Yeah, I'll vouch for that one. Yeah.
Stetson Bennett won an NCAA championship. Drunk.
Yeah, that was in college. We're talking in the NFL.
Yeah.
Well,
True.
guess what, doubter? We've got a better chance to get to the Super Bowl than San Francisco does.
I was going to say, I don't even think that San Francisco is going to make the playoffs. That Super Bowl hangover is real.
Well, I don't know about they'll make the playoffs.
They'll definitely make the playoffs.
Well, they've made the playoffs since the last Super Bowl hangover, if you remember right, when they lost to Patrick.
Yeah, they've been making the playoffs.
And somebody actually on the site, you guys better put some respect on Patrick Mahomes with 3 years in a row of winning the Super Bowl. I said, did you forget about the Rams? It hasn't been 3 years in a row yet.
And Ken, San Francisco get in the playoffs, and they'll go as far as long as they don't have to play Green Bay. Because they play Green Bay, they're winning that game. So Green Bay does not have no luck with San Francisco.
Hey,
they do have no luck.
Hopefully, we can squeak one out here eventually. Because
it could happen.
I'm not even going to argue that point. We've been getting dog walked by San Francisco in the playoffs for
ever since Favre left.
It doesn't make a difference what it doesn't make a difference what quarterback it is either. It's just,
I'm gonna give you some great NFC North advice, and I've been doing this for 40 plus years. All I can say is all you got to learn how to say is maybe next year.
Yeah, you get used to that as a Viking fan, don't you?
We do. I do.
Goal. Keep on losing.
I can't even laugh with you guys because we used to do the same thing. So
shit, I've been
this
the
is
game.
our year. No, it's not.
You are the Bills of the NFC.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, damn, that had to hurt.
But you've been there.
Oh, that fucking hurts.
But you've been there.
Hey, and
you've been to a Super Bowl.
Somebody gave me shit and tried to tell me that Kirk Cousins was the quarterback that won the Minnesota Miracle. Newsflash.
No.
I was right
Keenum.
with Case Keenum.
Uh-huh.
Why are you beating a
I
dead
got
horse,
argued
man?
by a Vikings fan that, no, Kirk Cousins was in that game. He won it in the overtime.
No.
I said, no, the fuck he didn't.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't a Vikings fan.
He was still a Washington.
He wasn't a Vikings
win.
fan. He wasn't a Vikings fan.
Besides,
Because
it was
Vikings
after
fans
that
know
year.
that.
Wasn't it after that year when they signed Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, because Keenum went to Denver after the Minnesota Miracle, and then we signed Cousins that offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that Stephon Diggs last year, or did he have one more year after that?
No, he had 1 year with one year with Cousins, and then he went to Buffalo.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, only reason why I think there's a good shot that Chiefs end up in the Super Bowl again, and I'm not saying they're winning it. I'm not going to go and just say they're winning it.
Not if they
the
play
NFL
us.
actually based their schedule this year around Taylor Swift's concert schedule. She literally gets to be in attendance at 14 of the Chiefs games this year, and 7 of them are on the road.
If Burrow doesn't get hurt, Kansas City's not going back.
See, I don't know what y'all are talking about, because Cincinnati's not going to be the same team. They done screwed up. They got all kinds of messed up things going on in their team too.
Yeah,
they got
Chase
is going to get paid. Higgins is not happy because he wants to get paid. You lost Mixon. They lost DJ Reader. They don't have their secondary is not the same either. They're not going to go far. I'm just telling you, it's going to be a Pittsburgh-Baltimore division fight. It's not going to be anything to do with Cleveland or.
Yeah, and I think Kansas City's going to be on a downfall because Taylor Swift's going to write a breakup song about Travis Kelce, fuck his heart up, break his heart, and he's gonna drop everything and be
we can only hope
a pussy ass whip bitch that ain't gonna do shit because the love of his life went and fuck somebody else. So
that's what she usually does anyway.
That's what I'm saying. It's the inevitable.
She even got songs that say that.
I'm telling you, the inevitable is going to happen. Yeah, and he's going to go hang out with his brother in retirement and then make a comeback.
Who's the English dude with the red head?
What's his name?
Ed Sheeran. That's what he wrote a song about her.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
She's going to break up with him like 3 days before the Super Bowl.
It's coming. They're going to break up, and there'll be a new song called "They Threw a Flag on the Play." You watch.
Oh shit!
If there is, does that mean she's got to pay you royalties for the name?
Yes. I put it out there publicly before it happened.
She's gonna break up with him like the off week before the Super Bowl.
Oh my god!
And she's gonna tell him it's not you, it's me.
So yet again, we beat the Chiefs and bring home the Lombardi, but instead
it's
of
not you, it's
playing,
the Eagles.
I'm going to say that until Lamar Jackson wins an AFC championship game, I'm not putting him in a Super Bowl.
No.
I think the Steelers have a better shot. I think if Joe Burrow's healthy, the Bengals do have a shot, but only if he's healthy. If anything happens to Burrow's health this year, that team's going straight in the crapper without Joe Mixon and everybody else.
Well, of course.
My strap.
No, that's the song she released just when his New Heights hit the record amount of viewers. The podcast.
But guess what? When all the AFC quarterbacks are healthy and going well, Lamar Jackson is QB4.
I'm going to tell this joke again just because Ken loves it so much. At the draft, at the end of Caleb Williams' speech, when he was talking with all those guys, and that reporter told him to bear down, and he reached down with those pink fingernails and grabbed that big old black microphone. He goes, "Go Bears!" I immediately said LGBTQB1 in my head.
That is the best
terrible
nickname for a quarterback that I've ever heard.
And
hey,
the only thing
I guarantee you, I'm a lay odds on that. What Eric said, but not Kelsey. I think one NFL player is going to make a push just to be PR worthy to date the Hawk Tua girl. Some NFL player is going to do that. Watch.
Nah, she's done.
To a Tunga Viola. I'm sorry.
No, she's not. She's not done. I
She
mean,
ain't
for fuck's sake, the girl just got a barbecue sauce that's being released. I mean,
Yeah,
she is.
and she's
she
got
is
her
the-
own podcast now too.
Yeah, and I
Podcast.
see her. I see her dating somebody like Jalen Hurts.
She's got a deal with Fanatics for her signature on hats now.
Yeah.
She has her own action figure by Kenner. Come on. Look at this. She's got her own fucking Kenner action figure.
She might be able to date Dak.
I think she's got to date Ryan.
Because you know Dak uses all kinds of that shit at the line when he's calling plays. And you imagine that.
Hey, you're right.
Spit on that thing. Spit on that thing.
Yes, I am waiting for one quarterback to call an audible and be like, "Hawk Tua, Hawk Tua."
I'm waiting for that this season. I am waiting for that this season.
We'll have a whole show about that.
I was going to say, if that is not an audible for the Dolphins, they all need to be fired and get new jobs.
No, you're wrong. She's from Tennessee. It needs to be the Titans. Will Levis.
I was going to say, with Will Levis out there, man.
Levis and Butthead.
Yeah, Will Levis fucks everything. That's why fish stops swimming when he walks in the door.
She's going to become a sword swallower and spit fire on that thing.
Does Tennessee still have the exhumed corpse of DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the Jets having the exhumed corpse.
I think so. Yeah, they do.
Last year.
I think he's injured too. I think I think he says he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. He had a sore shoulder.
The Jets have every player from like the beginning of Aaron Rodgers' Randall Cobb, I think, finally retired.
Fuck, Kenner never did Linda Wagner justice, and then this loser gets triple D cups. Talking about the action figure. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's not anatomically correct, I'm telling you.
Well, that's okay. I can live with it. I ordered mine already, guys. No. I'm going to put it right up there so I can have a Deadpool next to her because I think
there you go.
Oh, God.
Movies.
Hell, the shelves and everything, yeah.
How miserable of a failure are the Jets this year? Or do they actually make the playoffs?
No, they ain't making the playoffs.
It depends on
I was going to say they can make the playoffs. They can
make the playoffs. They're the best team in their division to me.
It really depends on Aaron Rodgers' last season.
Well, they revamped their offensive line. That's really where the problem came from.
And Ken's ready
their
for
offensive line sucks.
Because he loves it when I bring this up.
So Buffalo and Miami just
Buffalo
don't exist?
Shit, they lost players.
Before we go
Miami doesn't win against teams that are above 500. They can't play in cold weather. They just
except
suck.
the Patriots during their dynasty.
Well, Patriots that don't count for right now.
What the fuck do you mean they can't play in cold weather? Half their season's in 48 inches of snow.
I'm talking about Miami.
Oh, I thought you were saying Buffalo.
Wait. It has been 600 days and counting as of today since Aaron Rodgers completed a pass to someone not named Kirby Joseph.
Hey, you said you were in the beginning of this, you were trying to get to 600.
We got there.
Yeah.
It's a shame he got hurt because had he played last season, he'd be a Minnesota Viking this year.
Oh God!
Hey, the fucking year's not over yet. Don't give up on it.
Shut your mouth. You already got one of our quarterbacks. You're not getting the second.
Shit.
It's gotta happen this way. It's the way it goes. He has an injured season, comes back, has a great year, but just misses the playoffs, then goes to the Vikings and takes them to the precipice.
It's the fucking story of my life, bro. Fuck it. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna predict it now. I'm just gonna go get a Rodgers Vikings jersey made.
Do it.
Oh.
I'll just peel off my Gus Farrat plaque on the number 12 jersey I got and just put Rodgers on it. It's gonna be a lot cheaper.
Just right.
Yeah, you know what, Eric?
But if that happens, I hope Rodgers throws nothing but interceptions, gets broken in half, and then everything comes out how he's fully crazy, and it's not just he's eccentric.
But at the
It's not going to happen. He'll lead the Vikings to a fucking 13-4 record.
Yeah, he'll lead them to a 13-4 record, get all the way to the NFC Championship, and fail again.
Oh, I was going to say he was going to do his best impression of Kirk Cousins and fail in the wild card round.
Or he'll get into they'll finish with that record, and they'll have to play Detroit the last game of the season to get into the championship or to get the division winning title from Detroit, and he keeps throwing to Kirby because he likes Kirby.
But at
is
this time, I
Rodgers
do
40 yet, or is he like 37, 38?
He's 39.5.
He's Stetson's age.
Yeah.
What was Favre when he came to Minnesota? Wasn't he 40?
Somewhere around there, yeah. 38,
Yeah,
40.
I do have to pay the bills. Just 1 second, guys. It's Brandon's Tire Service right here in Flint, Michigan. Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. 602 West Atherton Road in Flint, Michigan. The number, if you need new tires and need a quote, is 810-233-8230. Talk to George, Red, or myself. Used tires start at $40, depending on the condition of the tire and the size of the rim they go on.
Hey, Jeremy, I just noticed that van that's parked out in front of your shop. Is that the one that says free candy?
Yeah.
No. I was going to say something about that van.
No, that's my free wine van to attract the Cougars.
Let's hope it's attracting Cougars and not kittens.
I heard the Jets offered their 2025 second-round pick for Kirby to play wide receiver. +2, James.
You get the ball to him, that's for sure.
But he's got
Rodgers is 40.
He's 40, yeah.
Okay. I knew he was right around there.
Yeah, but with all the mushrooms and peyote, he feels like he's 26.
Yeah.
So he's fine.
He's going to go to a special dark place.
I mean,
absolutely.
Did you see the last time he played against San Francisco in the playoff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Had an all-star team.
JB, I thought we were fucking friends here.
We are friends. I do got to bring up when Jordan Love literally did the exact Rodgers impression for the last play of the game.
Hey, we said that he was a spitting image of Rodgers. We just didn't know how much.
Hey, you know what's funny? Is he's from Northern California. He's a closet 49ers fan, too.
Oh,
bro,
he'll be all right.
Hopefully, Jordan Love is
that was way more Favre than Rodgers.
Bro, he literally has a screen that he puts up on the show that says FTP. Y'all are not friends.
No, we're friends. We actually are friends. Just like I'm friends with you, but I'm still going to talk shit about your team when I can.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I know. You give it back, so it's great.
Absolutely.
8 people watching after 2 hours of bullshitting. This has been great. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And as always, from all of my guests and me, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Unless you're talking to your rival fan base, then it's a big one of these. But thank you, Ken, for coming in.
Oh,
Mike, Dirty Dom, Bistrilla, Will, Ralph Williams, and of course Von Doom. Because my co-host, I swear to God, he works almost harder than some truck drivers do because he does Pepsi sales setup at multiple stores in his region. That's a lot of work. He handles all the Walmarts and Giant stores and all those guys, plus the little guys at the corner stores for putting up their displays. He's the one that sells all the shit to do it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the lot lizards. My bad. I fucking went the totally wrong direction.
Yeah, you went totally the wrong way. No, I don't think Mrs. Leonard will let him have lot lizards.
I know. I'm just joking, guys.
Yeah, I know. I know Mrs. Leonard. Them are fighting words. I won't go there. I enjoy
Don't
my.
let her. Hey, don't let her watch the last 3 minutes of this episode. I'm not trying to have her show up on my doorstep in Texas.
Right. Where's that Mike guy live?
Minnesota.
Imagine giving your
actually do the
quarterback
most
almost
irritating
$250
song.
million
I got
for a
it. I can do
10-game resume.
I got it. I can do the most irritating song for Packers and Vikings fans in the NFC North right now.
What's that?
You know what it is, Dom.
Fight song?
Yeah. Forward down the field, the charging field will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and
Who's
cheer
that?
the brave. Rock, rock, rock. Go hard, win this game. With honor you can keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions! Had to make it sound like I was in a stadium.
Was
Well,
that you?
you
Was that
you
you
did.
on lead vocals?
Yes.
It did have the echo of an empty stadium, like you're used to.
You know what's funny?
That's wrong.
But even in the
You gotta
0-16,
start that over again.
even in the 0-16 season, we were enough to be
We
televised,
we,
which meant
we got
65% filled.
yeah we got more people in your stadium than you got in yours.
What's this? Because Eminem gives away free tickets.
Good to see you.
Shh.
Yes. And we are David Montgomery away from Lions football. Does everybody get the reference there?
Five.
Yeah.
Five more Sundays.
All right,
Almost
guys.
under.
I'm gonna bounce out. I got to go to work at 4:30 in the morning. So I hope you all have a great night. Thanks for having me. It was a great show tonight.
Oh yeah, it was a
All
lot
right,
of
Mike.
fun. Thank you, Mike. Have a
Always
great
having
night.
you, man.
All right, guys.
Go see the
Bye.
wife before she kills you.
No, she's fine. She was just on a week's paid vacation, so she's
Hey,
good.
don't be thinking about Sierra, man.
Ugh.
Wife won't be on vacation tonight. Have a good one, brother.
You too, guys. Bye now.
5 more
What's up,
Sundays.
Moon Scar?
That's what I meant by that. We were 5 Sundays away from the first week of Lions football. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Go back and rewatch if you needed. It was great because we had 10 likes before we had 9 viewers on here. I haven't seen that ever on here, and that's amazing. And I didn't even put a like on it yet. I was just using it to make sure I keep track of my subjects. But thank you, everybody. Moonscar, Eric Dalton. We see so many people. James Burgess is undone. All he is. Thank you for watching. And tune in tomorrow at noon when I'm actually going to do my pregame for the Lions Giants